Okay. Hello, beautiful people, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to start with our series in video podcast of Hey Mom, what's your business? And today I'm so happy because I have a super, super fantastic mom who's going to share her story on how she became an intuitive and meditation manifestation. Intuitive mindset and manifestation coach and healer. So it is something that I have heard about it. I know about manifestation, but I didn't know you can actually coach somebody into doing that. And without further delay, I think I'm going to introduce Elizabeth Plancon. And please welcome Beth. Hi, Beth.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So tell me, tell us, what do you do and what is your business about?
So yeah, I am an intuitive mindset and manifestation coach and healer, like you said. And so my how I serve my clients is I am helping women, really realize that we create our own realities and we have the power to create a life that we actually really love and really want. And we do this through mastering our mindset and really stepping into our power, also embracing our intuition and tapping into spirit and having our faith in a higher power, and then realizing that we're always manifesting. We just don't realize it, or a lot of people don't realize that we're always doing this. So learning about manifestation, and so I teach my clients about manifestation and how it works, the ins and outs of it, so they can start using it to their advantage to help them build this dream life that they so want and desire, rather than living this life that they, it's like the same thing in and out, and it's not really what they want, and actually having their dreams come into their current reality. So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what my business is about and how I help
Okay.
people.
Okay, and how did you start it? How did you said one day, I'm going to be a manifestation coach? Like, hello, you don't actually there's no graduate degree for that at college, right?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, for sure that there's nothing in college like that right now about mindset or manifestation. Maybe in psychology a little bit, right? But
Mhm.
I actually started off. I was a business major, and I
Yeah, really?
yeah, I was a business major and didn't really even still know what I was going to do at that point. And then
Mhm.
I ended up working with my mom. She offered, said, why don't you come work with me? She was a business owner. And I said,
Mhm.
sure, this could be, why not? And I worked with her for about 15 years, like straight out of college and I was going to take over her company when she retired. That was the
It
plan.
was it was the next logical step. Family business, you're the next one. Your path was set for you since the beginning, and that was
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
sparkled such a
Just
sudden change?
something changed and shifted in me, and it actually happened in 2020, where I just started having this feeling like this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing anymore. This isn't what I'm meant for. I started to get this feeling like I was meant to help people in some way, like some other way. And the industry that we were in, that I was working in, wasn't my passion or anything that I loved. It was just basically a job. That's all it was really to me. And I did
Mhm.
love certain aspects of it for sure, but there was big parts of it I didn't love. And so I just kind of started on this spiritual quest. And, for 2020, it was actually a blessing in disguise for me because I had more time to really do the things I wanted to do because we were home, right? Like I started reading, and I never used to be a really big reader. And I ended up finding my psychic development teacher. Like one thing led to the next, and I had a session with her, and she was like, you're really intuitive and you have these gifts. And I know I always knew I was intuitive and
Uh-huh.
had gifts. I just never really took the time to develop them. Well, 2020 came and I had time to finally develop them, and so
We
was like,
have like
sure, right, why
12 months
not?
to think about many things, right?
Right, right. So I did that. I took a course with her for about 9 months. But then I
Mhm.
still felt like something was missing. Like there was a piece of the puzzle of like my soul's purpose of what I was supposed to be doing.
Uh-huh.
And then I found my next mentor just on TikTok by chance. And she was a mindset manifestation coach. Took
Okay.
a free course with her, like a free 3-day class with her,
Mhm.
and then enrolled in her program, which was teaching about how to do manifestation. I'm like, I want to learn how to do this. I want to learn how to create this dream life. And then one day she said, we need more people to teach this and spread this information. And that was like, a light
A
bulb moment for
sign.
me, a sign. It was like,
That was
yes,
a sign.
this is what I'm supposed to do, because it already had changed my life in so many ways. It
Okay.
already had made me a more positive person, a happier person, excited about life again,
Okay.
excited about achieving goals. And so that's kind of like how I came across this. And then she was doing a coaching program, like offering you certification for coaching. So
Uh-huh.
I enrolled that with her, and basically that's how I became a coach, was, through that process, and then started my business.
Okay. And was it scary for you to change from something that it was so structured and it was the next logical step? It was your family business. It was a
Oh
sure
yeah.
thing. And then
Yeah.
suddenly I'm going to leave everything behind. You're a mom
Yeah.
and you're going to go something into very adventurous. So how did you deal with all that?
It was scary, that's for sure. I mean, I think I kept it from my family that I was doing these things for months. Kept it from my friends for months. Like, and then I finally like decided to tell them like I'm, developing my psychic gifts. And I was like, it was very scary for me to come out and say that.
Okay.
And then to tell my mom that I didn't want to carry on her
Ouch.
company.
Uh-huh.
It actually turned out a lot better than I thought. I think it was almost like a relief in a sense for her too, because of the fact, it wasn't my industry. It's something that I knew
Mhm.
everything about. She wouldn't really fully be able to be released, right, from her job
Of
after she
course.
retired. She would still be involved. So this was good for everybody involved. And when I finally told her, like, I don't really want to do this anymore, she was like, okay, that's fine. And then, so it was scary to not know, especially me. Like,
Mhm.
part of my job when my previous career was to be a meeting planner. So I plan everything. So to
Okay.
not have a plan was so scary. Like,
Oh
what
my,
am I
so
doing
you
here?
were a meeting planner and now you were going to be an adventurous, intuitive mindset coach without a plan. You were hiding in the closet from everybody. You
Yeah.
didn't know what were you going to do, and yet
Yeah.
you did it.
Right.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
And you decided to be a coach just like in person, or you decided that it was going to be online since the beginning? How did how did it came into reality? How did you manifest your business into reality?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I really used my mentor as a role model in this
Mhm.
aspect, because she built her entire multi-million dollar business during the pandemic all online. So
Okay.
in the online coaching space has exploded. And, back in
Mhm.
21, when I
Yes,
realized this, it was exploding. And so that's kind of like it was going to be online, because obviously I can touch so many more people online than I can in person. And at the time, we still weren't doing in person things.
absolutely.
So, it was always going to be online. And I'm totally open for in person things eventually. But currently, I am just mostly online for my services. Yeah.
Mhm. Because in the beginning you decided that it was going to be online. And it
Yeah.
was because of your mentor's role model or because you looked at a possibility for to
Yes.
handle your family, spend a quality time with your family, and at the same time fulfill your dreams.
Oh yeah, it's like, and she says this a lot, is like, I'm evidence that it's possible. Anything that someone else has done, you can do too. We're not
Mhm.
special from each other as far as like being able to achieve certain things, right? Anything that you desire, you have the abilities to achieve as well. So her doing this and in able to build this, multi-million dollar business and have time for her family and be able to travel and do all the things that she loved was just
Uh-huh.
evidence that, like, oh my gosh, I want that and I can do it too. And because that's such a beautiful, easy flow life. And another one of the mentors that she followed that I learned from was Bob Proctor, who is, a personal development guru. He always said, like, if a goal doesn't scare you, then it's the wrong goal. Then it's not a good
Absolutely.
goal. Like, your goal should scare you. And of course it's scary because you've never done it before.
Mhm.
So these goals should excite you and should scare you in some form of another.
Absolutely. And how did your family handle the new online business, your new step on your entrepreneurial career?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I don't know if they call it like what catch 2020 or bittersweet, or sometimes it's good.
Uh-huh.
It's good like that I can set my own schedule and I can, in the summers enjoy my kids a little bit more. But then there's times where I'm, was still working and on my phone a lot because my business is a lot of being on my phone, right? Networking and
Yeah, yeah.
building client relations. And I think sometimes for that, maybe for my husband, it was a little harder, like being on my phone a lot more than I used to be. But I really try to make sure I make it a point to turn off. Like after a certain time in
Mhm.
the day, like now I'm just working my working hours. Like after a certain point, that phone is off, unless I make it abundantly clear, like I'm going to be on a call tonight. But more often than not, I don't do
Mhm.
that. So I think it was just a learning a balance for everybody. Like this is a new way of being, right? But it's for
Mhm.
me is so much more freeing because just as we before we got on this call today, my daughter had to get picked up from the nurse, and he's self-employed as well, but I would have gone and been able to do that without an issue, right? So
Yes.
it's I think my family loves it, to be honest, like because
I
I'm
think
home a lot more.
families have learned to love online entrepreneurship because they know, at least they know that mom is there all the time. Or we can be there at any festival, any baking cookies,
Yes.
anything that they need us at a certain moment. Even
Right.
though they're in high school, they're still carpool. So
Yeah.
to the robotic competition and whatever. And they know they can trust that there will be mom, there's a mom over there, right?
Right.
Yeah, so lovely. So that's another question, and this is a little bit regarding your business. Um, in the online business arena and the coaching arena and the online coaching, there's a lot of competition. How
Yeah.
did you handle the motivation to say, "Oh my God, there are so many out there. How can I be different?" That limiting belief. Of course, you're
Yes.
doing manifestation, but still, how did you handle that limiting belief that, oh, who is going to buy from me, which I am just starting? Because I know we have a lot of moms that they want to do something.
Yeah.
They just like, who is going to look at me? Who's going to look at my social media? Who like for not even my mom does that. Like sometimes I do it, right?
I love this question. This like there's so much that comes with this question. So
Mhm.
before I was even in the coaching space and going to develop, was developing my psychic abilities and didn't really know what my business was going to be, I had joined a program like Finding Your Soul's Purpose. Like it was a
Okay.
6-week class. And the coach had said to me or said to us, why are you special? Like, I know you're getting this imposter syndrome feeling, right? Like, what
Yeah.
makes me apart? Like, and there's how am I going to get business? There's so much competition. First of all, it's cultivating the belief that there is no such sort of thing as competition, only collaboration. Like, we work together to help the collectiveness, right? But also knowing that there is and at the time it was 7 point some billion people in the world, but now I guess there's probably 8 billion people in the world. I don't know,
Yeah.
somewhere between there, right? And one coach cannot help all of them. And we are in this time of awareness and shifting where people are looking for things outside of them to help raise their awareness, right? And
Uh-huh.
so we are all needed as online entrepreneurs. There is a need for everybody, and there is clients for everybody. There's more than enough people that you can help in this world because one person cannot help everybody. And so knowing that too, at different levels of an entrepreneurship or a coach, there will be different levels of clients. So, someone that is brand new to the space, to personal development or hiring a coach or whatever it is that you're providing online, they're going to want you because you're at their level of helping them. But someone as a coach that has been in the industry for 10, 15 years that is charging premium pricing, right?
Yeah.
Because they've been in it for so long and have all these expertise, that brand new person that's coming into the space is not going to hire them. One, that coach probably won't take them on as a client because they need that fundamental training first. Does that make sense
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yes. Yes,
there's
yes.
coaching clients at every level, and there's coaches at every level. So when you start building your awareness and start leveling up as an entrepreneur, then you're going to take on those clients that have already been in this space for a while. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? There's just different levels of coaches because you can't help everybody. And, the results that you give is going to be so special compared to another coach and what they're giving. And it's all about attraction too, right? Like the energy you're putting out there, you will attract the people that are meant to be helped by you, just as like
Okay.
we attract the mentors that we are meant to work with as well. Like
Absolutely.
when you put out there like I need help with this or I want to achieve this, the universe will provide and give you an
Mhm.
opportunity or a person in your environment to help you get there.
Absolutely. I do. I couldn't agree more with you. And yes, there are some clients that they are not yet for you, but
Yes.
maybe another coach will be the perfect coach for them because they will have more patience or more time to explain them or to take them to the journey until they reach a level that they can either grow with another coach or they can stay with them. But yes, you're
Right.
absolutely right. The same thing goes in digital marketing. There are some clients that are not there yet because they are too new, but there are a lot of marketers that they are also brand new and they do very small social media profiles only, for example, and that is okay because that's your starting point. You have to start somewhere.
Everyone starts
And others,
somewhere.
you have to start
Everybody.
somewhere. And
Exactly.
I love the way you said it. Like there's everybody. There's enough for everybody. I love it. That
Yeah.
is collaboration, not competition.
Yeah. I also truly believe that we have these desires and these nudges to do certain
Mhm.
things for a reason because we're meant to do them. Like it's our purpose. You wouldn't have this idea of becoming an online entrepreneur if it wasn't meant for you. So just really trust in that guidance that you got
Yes,
and that intuitive
yes.
hit to start this business because it was for a reason. You wouldn't get it if you were meant to fail, right? So just really trust that you're doing this for a reason and you will succeed. Yes, it may take a little bit of time, but
Mhm.
hold the vision, just don't give up because you've had this idea and this dream for a reason.
And I'm going to build up on that thought of not giving up because uh, what happens when they work out on that limited belief, they work out with their coach, or they learn a lot of you with your on your TikTok, and then they started doing it, and they don't see results as fast as they want or as fast as they need because sometimes it's not that you want to wait, sometimes you can't wait because they have a
Right.
certain situation. How can what would be a good advice for someone who's listening to us or watching us today on keep on motivating and be patient? How can you what would you recommend to them so they can be motivated enough to not giving up?
Yeah, so I really think it is belief and having faith and having the strong faith that everything is always working out for you rather than to you. So knowing that there's maybe certain steps along the way that you are supposed to learn or experiences you're supposed to have in order to get to the end goal. And also knowing that everything happens in divine timing. So say you wanted to manifest a new house, for example, and this is just a very general,
Mhm. Yeah.
example. And it was given to you right then and there, but you weren't really financially set up for it, right? Yeah, you weren't
Okay.
really ready. But what's going to happen? You're going to lose the house because you wanted it right then and there instead of when it was supposed to come into your environment. So it will come in the perfect timing when it is going to serve you for your highest good. So really trusting in the faith that these desires that you want, this thing that you're trying to manifest, is going to come for you. It just will happen when it's meant to in divine timing. And knowing that you were divinely supported along the way and that everything will always be okay. If you hold on to the belief that everything will always be okay and everything will always work out for you, you will always be okay. You will not be without. And so it really is for me cultivating the faith in a higher power, in the belief that I am divinely supported and guided, and knowing that everything's going to be okay. In some way or another, like if you're short on funds, they will come. The money will show up when it's supposed to show up, when it is needed. a lot of us want to hoard and save money, right?
Yeah.
But money is meant to be spent. Money is meant to be put into circulation. So just knowing that it will show up. So I really, that is like one of the biggest, I think, manifestation mistakes, if we're going to say one, is giving up too soon, right? Because everything that you hold on the screen of your mind with persistence will manifest into your reality by law. So really just holding on to the faith and the belief that everything is always working out for you.
Oh my God, I didn't know that there were mistakes in manifesting things. If there are more mistakes that we should know about?
Well, I
I,
wouldn't really even call it like a mistake. I just,
uh-huh.
it's just more of because we're always manifesting, right? So it's I
Okay.
don't really think it's a mistake. It's just giving up on your goal too soon, right?
Okay.
I think that's like the biggest when you're saying it didn't show up or it didn't happen for me. It's also knowing if you're not vibrating on the right frequency of the thing that you want
Oh,
to
got it.
attract.
Got it. Got it.
So that could also be why it's not showing up in your reality. We
Hmm.
attract what we are, not what we want. So if you don't believe that you can have this thing that you want, it's not going to manifest into your reality. So it's merging with the belief that you
Hmm.
can have everything that you desire and that it's already yours. That's when it's going to show up into your reality.
That's absolutely fascinating, Beth. And in all this business that you're doing and all this manifesting that it looks like you actually live every single part of what you're coaching, you live on it.
Yeah.
You practice what you preach. Do you involve your family? It was very hard for you to involve your family in all this? Or right now,
Yeah.
mostly after so many years, they are used to it, but at the beginning, I bet it was difficult.
Oh my gosh, yeah. In the very beginning, it's probably like, especially me, who I used to be,
Hmm.
where I was kind of focused on the negative a lot more than the positive, or people used to say they were scared of me, like, because I would be angry, or, I was like your quote unquote Karen, like, let me see your manager kind of person, right? And I've completely shifted my mindset where I see the positive in every situation.
Hmm.
And I talk about the things that I want, not how they are. So yeah, it was definitely an adjustment for my family, and I am, teaching them, and it's been a couple years now, so my husband has
Okay.
definitely caught on. Like he's with it now. He's on the program,
Okay.
but like and teaching my kids too, we're teaching them how to manifest what they want as well, and really be empowered and believe in themselves. And I trickle on, and I talk a lot now, obviously, on my social media, so my family sees it, so they know my
Okay.
belief and
I bet your
everything.
kids are like, I want to manifest more ice cream, mom.
Oh yeah, they're like, well, they truly believe they can have everything they want.
Exactly, right? Like, yeah, I'm manifesting more ice cream. And well, guess what? It's not aligned to your divine self today. So,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's our job as parents, right, to kind
Yes.
of give them, be their North Star, right, and to help them and make good choices. So understanding, and we really teach them gratitude. Um, For sure. Every night, my husband does bedtime. So every night he has them list at least two things they're grateful for in their life right now that they have, and two things they're proud of themselves for right now. Like, and it could be the same or change every day, but it's
Yeah.
really teaching them gratitude and belief in themselves.
Oh, that's impressive. That's so nice. And it's very important for kids to understand what the lessons that you have and that you have to be grateful for. And that's how you change the entire energy and you move on and pass it on. As they say, to pass on the good vibe. And tell me more a little bit about your business on how can you help some moms who are uh, getting so spirited and getting so motivated by your experience. What would you tell them right now? What good advice would you tell them? And besides contacting you?
Yeah, I mean, I think diving into spirituality and diving into manifestation and mindset is life changing. Honest to God, it's changed my whole life. I mean, as we've talked about, I've started my own business. I've manifested our dream home, a life full of ease and flow and abundance. And I truly feel like everything is always working out for me. So I'm in this place of just peace and calmness more often than not. And understand you are going to have lower emotional times. It's only natural. We're human and it's the law of rhythm. Things need to go up and down. But the amount of time that I spend in that lower time and the effect it has on me is so like, 0.% or whatever compared to what it used to be.
Okay.
So, just knowing that these things are possible for you, like you can have this peaceful, calm, flow life. It just all takes mastering your mindset, cultivating the belief. And really, learning about the things helped me, like learning about vibration and frequency and the law of assumption and all these things that a lot of the mindset manifestation teachers talk about. But if I had to like give any advice to, starting this, I would really say practice gratitude daily. Like that's the number one thing we always talk about is being grateful for everything that you have in your life right now. Because when you do that, you will see just how abundant you already are in your life. And what that does is raises your vibration, and then that will cause the universe to give you more things to be grateful for in your life because you are now vibrating on this frequency of love and abundance and gratitude.
That is amazing. I think that is one of the great advices I've ever heard on gratitude and the energy and the vibrating that you attract. That they said you have to share the good vibe, but how can you share the good vibe if you're not grateful for it, right? So
Right,
basically,
right.
and do you want to share with our viewers your future goals? Is there some like a class or an online class that they can jump into you, or what's in your future lately?
Yeah, so what's in my future now is I am going to be opening up a way to work with me in a group setting. I right now have only one-on-one coaching, which is a 3-month coaching package, which includes my course, which is a 12-week course. I'm adding to that course. I'm adding more modules on spirituality and really tapping into your intuition. I'm going to be adding those, and it's going to go to a 4-month course now instead of a 3. And then like I said, I am adding the group aspect to that. So I'll be launching that in a couple of weeks here, where you can be either in a group setting or one-on-one. So it is, a more of a lower investment than the one-on-one. So for me, that's to be able to help more people because I can obviously help more people in a group setting at a time than I can on a one-on-one setting.
Absolutely.
And some people love to be in a group setting rather than one-on-one. Some people love and they thrive on that because they feed off each other's motivation and support and goals and dreams and everything like that. So it really is, how you feel you learn or how your budget wise, what you would rather spend too. So it's, multifaceted in that way. But yeah, so
Fascinating.
yeah, those are the two main things I offer right now. I also offer single sessions where if you are familiar with the manifestation mindset work or you want to get to know more about it, you can book a single session with me with, just one-on-one coaching for a 45-minute session. And I also offer healing sessions too.
Okay, perfect. And you mentioned they can book somewhere or contact you. Where do they contact you?
So the best way is on social media, just my name, Elizabeth Plancon, or you can go to my website. It's the same thing, elizabethplancon.com. I'm sure you'll put that in the show notes there.
Yes,
But
I will put it in the show notes.
yeah, yeah. So either way, I'm on Facebook, on Instagram, and yeah, and my website are all good ways to contact